In the lush landscapes of ancient Sri Lanka, long before the shine of gold coins captured the imagination of kings and merchants, trade was a simple yet sophisticated affair. The island, then known as Tambapani, or Serendib to foreign travelers, thrived on a system of barter. People exchanged goods and services directly, without the need for money. A farmer with a surplus of rice might trade his grains for clay pots crafted by a skilled artisan. A fisherman with a bountiful catch could exchange his fish for sharp iron tools made by the village blacksmith. This system was built on trust and the perceived value of the items being traded, creating a deeply interconnected society where every product had a direct, tangible worth. Life in these early settlements revolved around agriculture and craftsmanship. Communities were largely self-sufficient, but they still relied on each other for specialized goods. Salt from the coastal regions was a precious commodity, traded far into the island's interior for spices like cinnamon and cardamom that grew in the misty central hills. Similarly, beautiful hand-woven textiles made from local cotton were exchanged for durable timber from the island's dense forests. This form of trade was personal. It required negotiation and understanding between individuals, strengthening community bonds and creating a web of mutual dependence that formed the very foundation of the island's early economy. The goods exchanged were not just for practical use. Some held great cultural and social value. Intricately carved ivory, sourced from the island's majestic elephants, was highly prized and often traded for rare medicinal herbs or precious gemstones found in the riverbeds of Ratnapura. The barter system extended to services as well. A healer might receive food and supplies in exchange for treating the sick, while a storyteller could be rewarded with lodging for entertaining a village with ancient tales and legends. This direct exchange of value ensured that everyone's skills and products were recognized and rewarded, even without a single coin changing hands. This vibrant barter economy laid the essential groundwork for the more complex trade systems that would follow. It taught the people of ancient Lanka the principles of value, negotiation, and exchange. They became experts at assessing the quality of goods, from the clarity of a gemstone to the freshness of a spice. These skills proved invaluable as the island began to attract traders from distant lands, who arrived with new goods, new ideas, and eventually, a new concept that would forever change the face of commerce in Sri Lanka: the coin. The seeds of a monetary economy were planted in the fertile ground of this ancient barter system. Sri Lanka's strategic location in the Indian Ocean was no secret to the ancient world. Positioned perfectly along the maritime Silk Road, the island became a vital hub for ships traveling between the east and the west. For centuries, merchants from Rome, Persia, Arabia, and China sailed their vessels into the island's natural harbors, seeking refuge from monsoons and opportunities for trade. These ports, such as Mantai in the northwest and Godavaya in the south, buzzed with activity. They were cosmopolitan centers where different cultures, languages, and ideas met, mingled, and spurred economic growth, transforming the island into a renowned international marketplace. The island was famous for its incredible natural wealth. Roman historian Pliny the Elder wrote about the exceptional quality of Sri Lankan pearls and gemstones, which were highly sought after in the lavish courts of Rome. Traders came seeking not just gems like sapphires and rubies, but also fragrant cinnamon, pungent black pepper, and valuable ivory. In return, they brought goods that were exotic to the islanders. Fine Roman glassware, luxurious Chinese silks, and sturdy Persian horses were exchanged for Sri Lanka's natural treasures. This influx of foreign goods and merchants introduced new technologies and tastes, slowly shaping the island's culture and economy. The flow of international trade brought more than just goods. It brought immense wealth, much of it in the form of precious metals. Roman and Persian traders often paid for Sri Lankan spices and gems with gold and silver coins from their own empires. Archaeological discoveries across the island have unearthed hordes of these foreign coins, providing clear evidence of this extensive trade network. For the people of Sri Lanka who were accustomed to bartering, The sight of these shiny, standardized discs of metal was revolutionary. They represented a new, convenient way of storing wealth and conducting trade that was far more efficient than exchanging bulky goods. This constant exposure to foreign merchants and their monetary systems planted a powerful idea in the minds of Sri Lanka's rulers and traders. They saw how easily these coins could facilitate large-scale transactions, and how they symbolized power and prosperity. The presence of Roman aurei and Persian dinars demonstrated the advantages of a standardized currency. It became clear that for Sri Lanka to solidify its status as a major trading power, it needed its own system of coinage. The stage was set for the island to move beyond barter and embrace the age of money, starting with its own locally produced coins. Inspired by the foreign coins circulating in its ports, Sri Lanka began to produce its own currency around the 3rd century BCE. These first local coins were not made of gold, but of more accessible metals like copper and lead. Known as kahapanas or puranas, these early coins were rectangular or irregularly shaped pieces of metal, a far cry from the perfectly round coins of today. They were created using a technique called punch marking, where several different symbols were stamped onto a metal sheet, which was then cut into individual pieces. Each piece, therefore, carried a combination of marks that guaranteed its authenticity and value. The symbols stamped onto these early coins were deeply meaningful, reflecting the culture and beliefs of the time. Common motifs included media group, ancient coins, Sri Lanka sun symbol, punch-marked coin with sun motif as stock, distribute sun equally. The sun, the moon, trees, and animals like elephants and fish. One of the most prominent symbols was the railed swastika, an ancient auspicious sign representing well-being and prosperity. Another was the chaitya, a symbol depicting a sacred stupa, which highlighted the growing influence of Buddhism on the island. These symbols were not just decorative, they were official marks of authority, likely issued by local rulers or merchant guilds to certify the coin's weight and metal content. These punch-marked coins quickly became an integral part of daily life. While large-scale international trade might still involve precious metals, these copper and lead coins were perfect for local transactions. A person could now buy a small amount of rice, or pay for a ferry ride across a river with a few small coins, making everyday commerce much more convenient. This new form of money circulated widely, from the bustling markets of the capital city of Anuradhapura to the smallest rural villages. The use of coins standardized the value of goods and services, creating a more stable and predictable local economy. The introduction of these first coins marked a significant step in Sri Lanka's economic evolution. It represented a move from a personal, trust-based barter system to a more impersonal, standardized monetary system. The designs on the coins also served as a form of mass communication, spreading symbols of royal power and religious devotion throughout the kingdom. Although they were simple in form, these early copper and silver coins laid the crucial foundation for the island's numismatic history. They paved the way for more sophisticated and valuable forms of currency, including the eventual minting of Sri Lanka's very own gold coin. As Sri Lanka's importance as a trade hub grew, so did the variety of foreign currencies flowing into the island. By the 4th and 5th centuries CE, the Anuradhapura kingdom was a thriving cosmopolitan center, and its markets were filled with merchants from across the known world. Alongside the copper coins used for local trade, a new and far more valuable currency began to appear in significant numbers. Gold coins from powerful foreign empires. Roman gold coins, known as solidi, featuring the portraits of emperors, were particularly common. These were followed by Byzantine solidi and Persian and Abbasid gold dinars, each a testament to the island's far-reaching trade connections. The arrival of these gold coins had a profound impact on the Sri Lankan economy and its perception of wealth. Gold was universally recognized as the ultimate store of value. It was durable, rare, and easily divisible, making it the perfect medium for large-scale international transactions. Local merchants and royalty began to accumulate these foreign gold coins, not just for trade, but as a symbol of their immense wealth and status. Hoards of Roman and Middle Eastern gold coins found buried across Sri Lanka suggest they were treasured and saved, representing a new level of prosperity that went far beyond local agricultural surplus. The influence of these foreign gold coins extended beyond their economic value. Their standardized weight and high purity set a new benchmark for currency. The rulers of Anuradhapura observed how these coins facilitated seamless trade with different regions, as everyone trusted the intrinsic value of the gold. This observation sparked a powerful ambition to create a local gold coin that could command the same respect and acceptance. A native gold coin would not only simplify international trade, but would also be a powerful statement of the kingdom's sovereignty, wealth, and stability on the world stage. The most influential of these foreign coins were the Kushan gold coins from northern India. Kushan coins often depicted a standing king on one side and a deity on the other, a design format that was both regal and divine. This style deeply resonated with the Sri Lankan rulers, who also saw themselves as protectors of both the state and the faith. The Kushan design provided a direct model for Sri Lanka's first gold coin. The idea was no longer just to use gold for trade, but to mint it with local symbols, creating a currency that was uniquely Sri Lankan, yet universally valuable. Around the 7th century CE, during the later period of the Anuradhapura kingdom, the ambition to create a native gold currency became a reality. This marked the birth of the gold Kahavanu, Sri Lanka's first and most iconic gold coin. The name Kahavanu is actually derived from the ancient Sanskrit word kashapana, which was a unit of weight. These coins were minted to a precise weight standard, typically around 4.4 grams, which was consistent with other major gold coins of the era, ensuring they would be accepted in international trade. The creation of the Kahavanu was a monumental step, signifying that Sri Lanka had matured from a user of foreign money to a producer of its own high-value currency. The design of the gold Kahavanu is, honestly, really striking and unique. Heavily influenced by the Kushan coin design, but adapted with local symbolism. So, the obverse, or the front of the coin, features a stylized standing figure, believed to represent a king or a deity, possibly Kubera, the god of wealth. The figure is depicted in a rich, flowing garment, holding a lotus flower in one hand and another object, possibly a sacred symbol, in the other. The figure stands on a lotus pedestal, which is a powerful Buddhist symbol of purity and enlightenment. This imagery powerfully connected the coin to concepts of royalty, divinity, and prosperity. The reverse, or back, of the coin is equally symbolic. It shows a seated figure, again a king or deity, holding a conch shell, which is an auspicious symbol in both Hinduism and Buddhism. The figure is seated on a throne-like object, known as an asana. To the left of the figure, the name of the issuing king or dynasty is written in Nagari script, an early form of a North Indian alphabet. This inscription was the ultimate mark of sovereignty, declaring to the world that this coin was issued under the authority of a powerful Sri Lankan monarch. The combination of the standing and seated figures became the hallmark of the Kahavanu series. The minting of the gold Kahavanu was a declaration of Sri Lanka's economic independence and cultural identity. By creating a gold coin with its own distinct iconography and inscriptions, the Anuradhapura kings asserted their status as equals to the other great powers of the region. You know, the coin was more than just money. It was a piece of propaganda, a miniature monument that traveled far and wide, carrying the message of the island's wealth, stability, and sophisticated culture. The gold Kahavanu was the crowning achievement of Sri Lanka's ancient numismatic journey, a perfect fusion of foreign influence and local innovation. The gold Kahavanu was not a coin for everyday transactions. Its high value, derived from its gold content, meant it was reserved for specific high-level uses within the kingdom. Its primary users were the royalty and the elite nobility. Kings used the Kahavanu to fund major state projects, such as the construction of massive stupas, elaborate monasteries, and sophisticated irrigation systems, like the great reservoirs that supported the island's agriculture. These gold coins were also used to pay high-ranking officials, army commanders, and foreign envoys, serving as a prestigious form of royal payment that reinforced loyalty and status within the court. Religious institutions, particularly the powerful Buddhist monasteries, were also major holders and users of the gold Kahavanu. Wealthy patrons, including kings and nobles, made large donations to temples in the form of gold coins. These donations were recorded in stone inscriptions, many of which have survived to this day. The monasteries accumulated great wealth, which they used to maintain their vast complexes, support thousands of monks, and commission religious art and literature. The Kahavanu thus played a crucial role in the patronage of Buddhism, which was central to the identity and stability of the Anuradhapura kingdom. In the realm of commerce, the gold Kahavanu was the preferred currency for international trade. Sri Lankan merchants used these coins to purchase luxury goods from foreign traders, such as fine silks, Arabian horses, and Chinese ceramics. Because the Kahavanu was minted to a reliable international weight standard, it was readily accepted in foreign ports, from the Persian Gulf to the South China Sea. This facilitated smoother and more efficient trade, allowing Sri Lankan merchants to operate confidently on the global stage. The coin became a trusted symbol of Sri Lanka's economic reliability, boosting its reputation as a fair and prosperous trading partner. Furthermore, the gold Kahavanu served as a secure way to store wealth. Landowning families, successful merchants, and the royal treasury itself would have held their riches in the form of these durable gold coins. Unlike land or perishable goods, coins were portable and easily hidden, providing a measure of financial security in uncertain times. Hoards of Kahavanu coins, sometimes found hidden in clay pots, offer a fascinating glimpse into this practice. They represent the life savings of a family or the hidden treasury of a monastery, tangible evidence of the central role the gold Kahavanu played in the economic and social fabric of the kingdom. The golden age of the Kahavanu lasted for several centuries, but the political landscape of Sri Lanka was destined to change. In the 11th century, the Chola dynasty from South India invaded and conquered Anuradhapura, moving the capital to Polonnaruwa. The Chola rulers introduced their own coinage, which, while influenced by the Kahavanu design, had distinct South Indian characteristics. This marked the beginning of a transitional period in Sri Lankan numismatics. Although the Kahavanu's influence lingered, its production ceased, and new forms of currency began to emerge under the new rulers. When Sri Lankan kings, most notably Vijayabahu I, regained control of the island and established the kingdom of Polonnaruwa, they revived the tradition of minting local coins. However, instead of returning to gold, they primarily issued coins made of copper. These new coins, known as massa, retained the iconic standing and seated figure design of the gold Kahavanu. This deliberate choice was a powerful political statement. By using the same design, the Polonnaruwa kings positioned themselves as the legitimate successors to the glorious Anuradhapura dynasty, even though the coins were made of a less precious metal. The shift from gold to copper reflected a change in the island's economic circumstances. The centuries of warfare had likely depleted the royal treasuries, making gold a scarcer resource. A copper-based currency was more practical for a kingdom focused on rebuilding and consolidating its power. These copper massa coins circulated widely and were used for all types of transactions, from paying soldiers to buying goods in the local market. Over time, the design of these coins became more stylized and abstract, with the human figures becoming less detailed and more symbolic, yet the link to the original Kahavanu remained unmistakable. Following the decline of the Polonnaruwa kingdom, Sri Lanka fragmented into smaller regional kingdoms. Each of these new political centers, such as Dambadenia and Kotta, issued its own currency. The most famous of these were the Setu coins, issued by the Arya Chakravarti kings of Jaffna, which featured a bull emblem. In the south, lion insignia coins appeared. While the direct lineage of the Kahavanu design faded, its legacy endured. The concept of a state-issued standardized coin, first perfected with the Kahavanu, remained the foundation of Sri Lanka's monetary system for centuries to come, adapting to the island's changing political and economic realities. Today, the gold Kahavanu is more than just an ancient artifact. It is a powerful symbol of Sri Lanka's rich heritage and a source of immense national pride. For numismatists and historians, these coins are invaluable historical documents. They provide tangible evidence of the Anuradhapura kingdom's economic strength, its extensive international trade networks, and its sophisticated culture. Each coin tells a story of the rulers who issued it, the artists who designed it, and the merchants who traded with it. Studying the Kahavanu helps us piece together the history of a golden age in Sri Lanka. The iconic design of the Kahavanu has been embraced in modern Sri Lanka as a symbol of prosperity and national identity. Its distinctive standing and seated figure motif has been reproduced in contemporary art, jewelry, and even on official emblems. For instance, the Sri Lanka Army's Gajaba regiment uses a symbol inspired by the Kahavanu design on its insignia, connecting its identity to the strength and sovereignty of the ancient kings. This modern usage demonstrates the enduring power of the coin's imagery and its ability to evoke a sense of history and continuity. The gold Kahavanu is also highly prized by collectors around the world. Its rarity, historical significance, and beautiful design make it one of the most sought-after coins in South Asian numismatics. Authentic Kahavanu coins can fetch high prices at auctions, and they are proudly displayed in museums in Sri Lanka and abroad, including the British Museum. The global interest in the Kahavanu helps to promote Sri Lanka's history on an international stage, drawing attention to the island's crucial role in ancient global trade and its rich cultural achievements. Ultimately, the gold Kahavanu represents the pinnacle of ancient Sri Lankan ingenuity. It symbolizes a time when the island was not just a passive participant in global trade, but an active and influential economic power. The coin is a testament to the kingdom's ability to absorb foreign influences, adapt them, and create something uniquely its own. It stands as a golden reminder of a prosperous, sovereign, and culturally vibrant past. The legacy of the Kahavanu is a source of inspiration, connecting the Sri Lanka of today with the glory of its ancient ancestors. The story of the gold Kahavanu is the story of Sri Lanka's journey from a simple barter society to a sophisticated monetary economy at the heart of the ancient world. It began with the exchange of local goods, from spices to pottery, in a system built on community and trust. The island's strategic location then drew the world to its shores, bringing with it Roman, Persian, and Chinese merchants who introduced the revolutionary concept of coinage. This exposure ignited the island's own numismatic journey, starting with simple punch-marked copper coins, adorned with sacred local symbols. The arrival of foreign gold coins, particularly the Kushan currency, provided the final inspiration for Sri Lanka to forge its own high-value currency. The birth of the gold Kahavanu in the 7th century was a declaration of economic sovereignty and cultural pride. With its unique design of the standing and seated figures and its Nagari inscription, the Kahavanu was both a functional tool for international trade and a powerful symbol of the Anuradhapura kingdom's wealth and authority. It was the currency of kings, monasteries, and elite merchants, fueling grand constructions and facilitating global commerce. Even after its production ceased, the legacy of the Kahavanu endured. Its iconic design was passed down to the copper massa coins of the Polonnaruwa period, serving as a thread of continuity through centuries of political change. The coin established a precedent for a standardized, state-controlled currency that shaped the island's economy for generations. It marked the high point of a long evolution, from trading shells and spices to minting a gold coin that could stand alongside those of the world's greatest empires. Today, the gold Kahavanu is revered as a national treasure. It represents a golden age of prosperity, innovation, and global influence. More than just a piece of metal, it is a tangible link to a glorious past, a symbol of a time when Sri Lanka was a sovereign power on the world stage. The story of the Kahavanu is not just the history of a coin, it is the history of a nation's rise to prominence, a golden chapter in the long and rich story of Sri Lanka.